The September 14 attack on two critical Saudi oil installations. These attacks were unprecedented both in scale and in impact. In a sense, it knocked out almost half of Saudi Arabia's daily oil production. So oil production fell by 5 million barrels a day, and it also led to a 15% spike in oil prices on the next business day. Obviously, the first question was who was behind the attacks. The Houthi rebels in Yemen, who were Shia rebels supported by the Iranian regime, who were fighting the Saudi-backed government in Yemen for the last 4.5 years. The Houthi rebels claimed responsibility for the attack. You see, the Houthis were being bombed by the Saudis for the last 4 years. And the Houthis claimed that their attack was primarily it was a retaliation for the airstrikes by the Saudis. But Saudi Arabia has completely rejected this claim. Saudis say that the Houthis do not have the capability to carry out such a cross-border attack. It was a pinpoint attack targeting the heart of the Saudi oil industry. The Americans blame Iran for the attack. The United States says the attack originated from either Iraq or Iran. So my sense is that whether Iran was directly involved in the attack or not, I think Iran cannot escape the responsibility. So basically, if you look at the attack and if you look at what is going on in the Gulf region for the last few months, you would see a pattern. Because starting last May, several oil tankers came under attack in the Gulf region. And most of the tankers were attacked near the Strait of Hormuz. And Strait of Hormuz is a critical oil artery, a choke point that is connecting the Gulf region with the Arabian Sea. So almost 2/3 of the world's oils pass through the Strait of Hormuz. And the oil vessels came under attack in this region. So Iran, I think, is sending a message. You see, Iran is now under the American sanctions, and the United States is trying to cut Iranian oil off the global economy. And the Iranian economy is in a free fall. What the United States wants is Iran to cave into pressure and return to the talks, and then so that the Trump administration can renegotiate the nuclear agreement. The message Iran is sending is that, okay, you are putting sanctions on us. If you don't let us trade our oil, we are going to make it costly for all oil producers in the region. So the attack has also exposed Saudi Arabia's defense system. You see, Saudi Arabia is the world's third largest defense spender. It spent some $82 billion last year. It's after the United States and China. And Saudi Arabia has also bought the American supplied Patriot missile defense missile system. Still, the attack suggests that Saudi Arabia failed to detect or prevent an attack on its most critical economic assets, which is a matter of concern, which should be a matter of concern for the kingdom. So why it happened? The Saudis and the Americans are saying that the defense system is deployed on Saudi Arabia's southern border, which means on its border with Yemen, because it faces immediate threat from the Houthi rebels who are based in Yemen, who in recent past had launched a number of cross-border short-range missile attack into Saudi oil facilities. So the defense system is now deployed there. And this time the attack originated from the west or the north, suggesting to Iraq or Iran. So either Iran launched the attack or Iran-backed rebels in Iraq launched the attack. So that's why they couldn't detect it. So whatever the explanations are, whatever the excuses are, it simply exposes or it just shows there are holes in Saudi Arabia's defense system, despite the kingdom spending so much on its defense capabilities. We could say that global energy supply lines are critical for India because India is excessively dependent on global energy market because we import energy products from predominantly from the Gulf countries. So any supply disruption, any price variation in the global energy market will affect India as well. It will have a larger economic impact. But Saudi Arabia for now has promised all of its buyers that it will meet the obligations because the Saudis have untapped reserves, and the Saudis were also planning to import oil from Iraq, which is another one of the top oil producers, so that and import crude oil and then refine them at Saudi facilities and then continue to supply to its buyers. So for now, barring the global price variation, it is not going to affect India much.